It took 4 years, and in 1902, C and Perry successfully prepared a small quantity of pure radium. So finally, both of them they cracked, and they managed to isolate the pure form, and they got the pure radium. Look, Perry, how it glows, how a lovely sight. Yes, it looks like faint fairy lights. Many practical uses of radium were found, especially in the field of medicine. Mary shared her findings with the rest of her colleagues. When exposed to radium, diseased tumor forming cells are killed faster than the healthy ones. So later, her invention, her discovery, managed to help in the field of medicine. So she shared her findings with her colleagues, and that is used to cure disease like tumor forming cells are killed faster, as what we got here. When exposed to radium, diseased tumor forming cells are killed faster than healthy ones. That means her invention, her discovery was helpful in the medicinal science. In 1903, both Perry and Marie Curie were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for their important discovery. Marie chose not to patent her discovery. She wanted to be used freely. So she don't want to patent it, rather than she gave it, and she wanted it to be used freely. So Marion Perry's second daughter, Eve, was born, and soon after, Marie Curie was made the director of a lab in Sorbonne, where Perry was a professor. But things changed suddenly in 1906 when she lost Perry in an accident. So, in the year 1906, Mary lost her husband Perry in an accident, and this was quite a terrible thing that happened to Mary's life. Sometimes after this, she was appointed professor in her husband's place. She was the first woman professor at Sorbonne. I must prove myself worthy of this position. Perry also wanted me to continue with my work. No matter what obstacles I have in my way, I must honor his wishes. So, Mary's husband Perry also wanted her to be a professor and to work the same way as what Perry was doing. So now, a single mother who had to manage work at home, she never neglected her children's education. She came up with an idea. Instead of going to school, the professor's children attend their lectures. Each professor took classes in their own subject. This is much better. So, with that idea, Mary started to teach their children, her children, with an better and unique idea. Instead of going to school, the professor children attend their lectures. Each professor took classes in their own subject. So even the students felt quite better. This is so much better than attending school. A lesson is much a simpler manner. It's fun. So even the children, they find it quite interesting and joyful in the process of learning. Marie Curie taught them physics using experiments. She also made her pupils constantly apply their common sense when learning. How can you keep water in this pot hot? She used to put some questions. So the answers comes from the children. Like sometimes the answers comes in a very funny way. So some of them they used to say that yes, we can keep it by wrapping up with some blanket, or we can wrap it in something like wool, or we can simply cover it with a lid that will prevent the heat from escaping quickly, so that the learning process, the whole process of learning was quite interesting for them. As a teacher, Mary insisted on performing experiments and learning rather than using just textbooks. So instead of using textbooks, Marie Curie was very much willing to do the teaching process with performing some experiments. In the years to come, despite failing health, Mary continued her research and won her second Nobel Prize in the year 1911. This time in chemistry. She was the first person to receive 2 Nobel Prizes. 24 years later, her elder daughter Irene too won a Nobel Prize for chemistry, just like her parents. Madame Curie relentlessly served mankind. She set up mobile X-ray units during First World War, to help wounded soldiers. She even donated her prize money and all her savings for this cause. So people, when she set up the X-ray units to help the soldiers, wounded soldiers of the First World War, so even the soldiers, it was the first experience for them, so they were confused. So they were thinking like this might cause pain to them. So they used to ask, "Excuse me, madam, will it be painful?" So at that, Mary used to answer, "No, not at all. It is just like taking a photograph." Her great desire was to set up a Radium Institute in Warsaw, and her dream came true in the year 1925, when the whole country came together to create a fund for the institute. So her greatest desire was to set up a Radium Institute in Warsaw, and her dream came true in the year 1925, when the entire people of the country, they create a fund, they collected fund, they raise fund, they donate for the institute. After 40 years of research work, Mary had to battle constantly with her failing sight and hearing. So her continuous research work of 40 years led her with some problems such as failing sight and problem in hearing. It was because she was constantly exposed to radium. Her hands had burns. She suffered from leukemia, and her exposure to radium. Leukemia is kind of it's a disease which keeps the problem of the developing the cells of hemoglobin. So it is kind of cancer-like disease. So it happened because of her constant exposure to radium, and it was difficult. It made it difficult for her to combat her disease. On 4th July 1934, she passed away. The world was shocked when it read the news. First person contributed more to the general welfare of mankind and to the advancement of science than the modest, self-effacing woman whom the world knew as Madame Curie. So this is what we come to know. See, Madame Curie really did a lot for mankind. She didn't even bothered about her own life. She she did her research constantly for 40 years. In her research work, she was a boon, she was a gift for mankind, because of her, as well as from her husband Pierre Curie. Even today, nowadays also, lot more things are happening, like using X-rays, use of radium. All these things are possible just because of Pierre Curie and Marie Curie. So both of them, they were a boon to mankind. They did a lot to help the entire human race of today's world. So we must be very much thankful to her for all her research work. Today, some of our problems, some of the major diseases can be cured because of her inventions and discoveries. So this is all what we got in our chapter. So in the next session, in the next classes, we will start another one. And if you are having any kind of question regarding this chapters, Madam Marie Curie, you can ask me in the group itself, and the question answers we will discuss there in the group itself. Thank you.